Ichiro? You know? Hello. Hmm. So how are you, Ichiro?
Good.
What did you do today, Ichiro?
Nothing.
Nothing. You don't have school?
No.
Hmm. But last week and I guess it's the last month in Saturday on Saturday you have school. You had it like that.
Yes.
I mean, why? It's like a replacement class or what?
Yes.
Okay, Ichiro. Uh, it's kind of 5 minutes early. Do you wanna play a game first or straight to the lesson?
Not well lesson.
Straight to the lesson. Okay. Do you have question for our last meeting, Ichiro?
No.
No question. Okay. Now I'm gonna share my screen, and then today, Ichiro, we're gonna learn about haha this quite heavy topic in web development. And if you remember, when I told you about uh, the language that we will use when we learn about web development is no longer Python. Now we're gonna learn about something new. We call it as a JavaScript. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Okay. So JavaScript is a language for intent. It's not like inventing for you know processing the logic in your website. So I can say JavaScript can we use as a front end language or back end language. But because this is only front end course, so we will not talk about back end. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this for the first time with your static and dynamic pages. Did you remember what makes they different, Ichiro? Static pages or static web and dynamic web. Did you remember their difference?
No.
No. Well, static web basically is has a static content, Ichiro, which means the content from the beginning and till now, I mean, from the first time you created this website till you uh, last visit uh, your last uh, you, I mean uh, till the last you visit the website, there is no changes, Ichiro. Okay, so it has the same content. That's static mean. Where while dynamic pages means that um it's like you have some logics inside this website. Just like I can tell you the static website, it's just like Wikipedia. Wikipedia. So Wikipedia has static website, Ichiro, which means that yeah, it's only like but now it's yeah already updated, so we can't say that this is static website. I don't know, the static website, maybe just like Blogspot or something like to tell you, Blogspot. So just like Blogger. So Blogger basically is something, I mean, someone that has blog basically has static website, which means that their website has the same content for all time, except they update their own website. Okay, Chiro? But dynamic websites, it's like, yeah, each time, remember, each time you update the website, excuse me, each time you visit the website, it will contain the difference or some kind of new content or updated content, just like this. So now I what I visit this website. Now if I try to revisit this website, like Pinterest again, oops, excuse me, Pinterest, Pinterest, and then I will have the different content as you can see. So first I have something like this, but when I revisit that, I have something new. But it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't mean like when Ichiro wants to create a dynamic website, it's not like it's supposed to be a big website. I mean, as long as you implement logics inside that website, well, we can say your website is dynamic website. That's the difference, Ichiro. Okay, Ichiro?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is kind of the dynamic pages, the example of that, as you can see, dynamic pages are ones that somehow responds to user action. And then this is it. Now, one of the things that we have been implemented in our website is hyperactive and keyframes. And this comes from CSS language, which means that we already implement how we can use something like dynamic stuff using CSS. And the property is hyper, active, and keyframes. Now, what JavaScript does then, Ichiro? Well, JavaScript provides more freedom by allowing you or us to program the behavior of the web, Ichiro. And what does it mean is you can put something like logic, conditional statement, for loop, while loop inside your website because that's basically program does. Okay, Ichiro. So we're gonna create all of the logics with JavaScript because we can't do that with HTML nor CS. We can't use CSS or HTML. Okay, Chiro? And then this is the example of how we can leverage that JavaScript to create our web game and then something that needs uh, logics inside their website. Okay. And the lesson goal for today is we have to know about JavaScript, learn what does variable in JavaScript, and then what type of data that JavaScript has, and then work with the console. And then learn how to create interactive pages. And of course, I believe and I hope that we can implement the acquired knowledge that we have gained. Okay, so introduction to JavaScript. Let's talk about these terms first. Did you remember what does algorithm mean? What does programming language mean? And then what is a program? Come on, Jim. Speak up. What is an algorithm? It's just nothing. No, it's not like that, Ichiro. Come on, Ichiro. What is Algorithm.
algorithm,
Algorithm is I couldn't
list
hear you.
of roles,
What? What, Ichiro? Algorithm is
have a list of roles,
list of nodes,
list of roles,
list of rows. Okay. Um 50% Ichiro. Okay. 50% right. And how about programming language? What do you know about programming language?
and
Um, uh, a language that we can use to create a program. Oh yeah, of course, teacher. Yeah, sure. But yeah, that's also if you thought something like that, you were right. But I need your own words to do that. What are programming language, teacher? Languages.
programming language.
What?
Programming language is a language
Okay.
communicated with the computer.
Oh, that's great definition. And 100% for you. And the last one, a program. What does it mean? It means
Program is an instruction to perform a task.
okay. That's not quite clear, but what did you say again? Can you repeat that, Ichiro?
The program is instruction to, to perform specific task.
I mean, that's the I answers Ichiro. Okay, never mind, Ichiro. Okay, it's 30% right. Okay, now let me make it clear, Ichiro. If you wanna give the simplest terms of algorithm, you can say an algorithm it's just like a step for doing something. So it's like procedure text steps for doing something, which means Ichiro something, which means you will have first step, second step, third, fourth, and so on. That's algorithm. Okay, and it has a goal. I mean, like maybe you have algorithm for creating noodles and then algorithm for solve a problem, algorithm for making a cake, something like that. That's algorithm. And programming language is something that you can use to interact with the machine. In our case, we already know about Python. Also, in this course, the front-end course, we learned about HTML, also CSS, and now we're gonna learn soon about JavaScript. That's what programming language means. Okay, Chiro? And then the last is program. What this means is an algorithm that you write with programming language, Ichiro. So let's say you have algorithm for doing, let's say, how would you withdraw your money on your bank account? Well, to do that, you have to create an algorithm and then you have to write that algorithm using programming language because, of course, the machine or something that you will interact with cannot understand in our language, I mean, human language. So we have to create an algorithm and then write that algorithm with programming language. That's what we call it as a program. Now, do you understand it, Chiro? You got it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, why do we need to learn? Why do we need to remember about this? Well, it's because later we will use this term to create our program. And then, did you remember what does variable mean, Ichiro?
Yes.
What is that?
Variable is for
What?
variable is for storing data.
Mm-hmm. All the data? You said all the data?
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost right, Ichiro. But the professional term you can say it's something that you can use to store the data. Okay? Not the actual data, but something that you can use to store the data. Okay, Chiro? And any type of data you can store there. And then in JavaScript, you have to use this one to create a variable, Chiro. Let first. And then the second is, this is quite important, Ichiro. I need you to keep in mind or take a note. Let, and then the second is var, and then the third is cons, Ichiro. Now, what their differences, Ichiro? Well, let, based on its scope, it's like on a block scope. So when you want to use for loop, you have to use let, or instead of function, you can use let. Var, it's more global than let and constant. What does it mean is, let's say you want to create a global variable, means that you have to define a variable outside the function. So in that case, you can use var. And then cons means that you cannot update the value. It's just like a constant value, something like that. You got it, Ichiro?
Yes.
Okay, so let, cons, and var. Now, this is how we can do that. So when you're gonna create variable, let, and then the name of the variable, and then equal sign, and then what's the value or the meaning of the variable. And also you can perform an operation just like multiplication or addition inside your variable. And then this is how we can do it. Okay, now something that we will learn also is how we can display something inside our console. Well, when you want to display something inside your console or terminal, you can use console.log. In Python, we call it as a print function. But in JavaScript, we call it as a console.log. And this basically will display a value for you. Okay, Chiro? And when you wanna make up something like pop up on your browser or on your web letter, you can use alert function, Ichiro. Alert comment. And then this is how we can do that. Okay, Chiro? Okay? So console.log for displaying something, alert for creating pop-up on your window. Okay, Chiro? Okay.
Yes.
And then types of data that Ichiro should know also is, well, we can say it's pretty much same with Python. So you have string, integer, and then also float, and yeah, it's pretty much same with something in Python. So I think we do not need to talk about this. But something that you can do, of course, that when you wanna, let's say, combine a string and integer or a number, of course, that's gonna produce an error here. Okay, because integer and a string cannot be combined, of course. Okay, Ichiro. Now, let's take a look on the platform. Ichiro, I need you to follow along with me. You can open your platform. Before we get later, you wanna, oh my God. Am I lagging, Ichiro? Ichiro, am I lagging?
Yes.
Sorry, Ichiro, for that. Okay, so did you open your platform, Ichiro?
Yes.
Okay, now open lesson 9 and then you can choose the first one. But here's the thing that I want to show you first before doing all of that in over here. Let's say Ichiro wants to do coding with JavaScript. Something that you can do is hit new tab on your website and then you can hit Control, Shift, and I. Or you can hit this icon, these three dots, and then go to the more tools and then developer tools, Ichiro. It does the same thing. Okay, so Control Shift I is the, excuse me, Control Shift I is the sort command to do that. Control Shift I. Okay, now I need you to do something like, yeah, you can follow along with me actually. When Ichiro wants to code with JavaScript, we do not need to install anything because your website brings JavaScript, so you can use that. Now I need you to go to the source pages, Ichiro. So you will see elements, console, and source pages. What do you see? What do you see, Ichiro? Source pages.
Yes.
And then after that, when you want to create new JavaScript file, you can hit new snippet. And then you can rename it Ichiro and hit enter. Okay, now let me give you an example how to create variable, how to do alert, and then how to do something else. Okay, Ichiro? Now first, Ichiro, when Ichiro wants to create a variable, I'm gonna maximize this by doing this. Okay, so in another window. Now you can do something like let name is equal to and then Ichiro. Let me zoom out, zoom in my screen. And then the rules in JavaScript is whenever you end the statement or your code, you should use or you should add semicolon, Ichiro. Okay? Semicolon. And after that, let's say you want to display this, Ichiro. So I'm gonna close this. You wanna display this name, you can use console.log. And then let's say you wanna say, hello, my name is Ichiro. Now, you cannot, now, I believe that if you run this code right now, you don't know how to do that. I mean, it's not like Python. Well, let me tell you how to do that, Ichiro. So when you want to run this code, you can hit Control and Enter, and it will show up below Ichiro, and we call it as something just like, yeah, in terminal. And as you can see, shows course error in console. Why? Well, when you want to call a variable in JavaScript, it's not like Python, especially when in our case, name is Ichiro and it's string, and then you have something like a statement also and also string. So when you want to combine them, you have to use not comma Ichiro but plus sign. Now, if you rerun the code by hitting this icon or Control Enter, you will have something like this. Hello, my name's Ichiro. As you can see, Ichiro. Okay, my name is Ichiro. And I don't know, maybe now we can do something like comma. Maybe the developer of JavaScript, yeah, develop this. But when you want to create a great website or big website, you cannot use this term. So you have to use this term, Ichiro, instead. Okay, Ichiro? Now, when Ichiro wants to show up something, let's say I'm gonna create a new variable. Oh yeah, Ichiro, don't forget each time you end up your statement, don't forget to use semicolon. I forgot to tell you about it. And then when you want to clear your console, you just need to say clear. Oops. Or CL. Oh my god. Clear doesn't define. Oh my god, what's going on? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work like PS code. So yeah, I'm sorry for it. Now I'm gonna create the new variable age, and then age represents by a number 19. And then I'm gonna call this by doing console.log I am plus name plus and I am plus age. Aha. So if you pay attention over here, Ichiro, I can directly combine my string. I mean, this works only when you want to display something with the number, Ichiro. Now, if I run this code, I will have something like this. As you can see. Hello, my name is Ichiro. I'm Ichiro and I'm 19 years old. But as you can see, there is no space between this. So whenever you want to do something like add something, I mean, you want to add two strings, you have to make sure that the space is right. And then I'm going to say years old. Okay. Do you have question, Ichiro, for this? And then this is it. Okay, the last thing that I want to show you is how could you do something like alert or pop up something on your window? Well, in that case, you can use alert method, and then you can say, hello, my name is Ichiro. You can, yeah, just copy and paste this. And then when you run this code, it doesn't show up on your terminal, Ichiro. Instead, it will show up like pop up, as you can see. And then if I hold on. As you can see here, Ichiro. I'm Ichiro and I'm 19 years old. So if I click OK and then run the code again, you will have something like pop up. That's alert does for us. Okay, Ichiro? Any question, Ichiro? Now I'm gonna close this and then let's do the code over here. Do you have question, Ichiro?
Yeah.
Okay, if no question, I'm gonna give you an example on our real problem. Okay, I'm gonna pick This one maybe it's nice, Ichiro. Okay, so we have to create a program like this in a month. Basil earned freelancer better credit two websites in a month. For each of them, he earned $103, and then one mobile application which received $424. Write a program that will output amount of total. Okay, okay. I think it's like two websites in a month. For each of them earned 103 and one mobile application. Oh, I think we just need to, yeah, sum the value. So I'm gonna say console dot log Ichiro in a month Basil earned colon and then plus, and then you can hit space here, and then 103 plus 432. I think it's just like this, Ichiro. Then you can, of course, make a parenthesis there. And then when you run the code, salary calculated is blah, blah, blah. But it, I think this is not right. Still not right. Now let's try the other way. Let's create variables. So I'm going to say for the, I don't think in a month. Oh, so I'm gonna say web earn is equal to, oh, excuse me. Don't forget to select Ichiro. Oh my God. Don't forget to select, and then let's do something like let earn web earn is equal to 103 semicolon, and then let mobile app earn is equal to 432 or 22, and then we need to calculate this by doing, because this is, it has, two websites, so we have to multiply this by two. So I'm going to say over here web earn multiply by 2 plus mobile app earn, mobile mobile app earn. Okay, Chiro, I think that's done. Now let's run the code. Oh, still doesn't work. What's going on? Hmm. But if we do something like 103, 103, so we'll have 206, which means if this guy earned 422, which means the mobile application earned, this is 216. So I can say something like 216. Now if we run the code, we will have, it doesn't work, Ichiro. What's going on? month. In a month, comma, Basil earned. Web earned, which is 103. What's I don't follow it, you know. Do you have any idea? Total amount money earned by Fred. Okay, let's do the other question. This one maybe, you know. Fred decided to keep a record of the time on each project. For example, he spent 7 working days, 4 hours, 30 minutes. How many minutes in that? Calculate. Okay, it's easy. So I'm gonna say days. Let days is equal to 7, and then let hour is equal to 4, and then let minutes equal to 31. Now we need to console.log something like this, but we need to turn all of that into a minute first here. Well, to do that, we can say console.log parentheses and then minutes span plus. Now you need to calculate this. So to calculate this to minute, 1 day is equal to 24 hours each year. So we can say times 24 times 24. Now 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So we have to multiply it by 60. And yeah, it's easy, multiply by 60. Now we just need to do something like this plus hours plus minute. Yep, this is it. And then run the code. Wait, what's going on? I think. What's going on, Ichiro? It didn't work. Should we use comma? Something like this? It also doesn't work. Interesting. Consider when working as 8 hours of working time. Oh, 8. Oh, yeah, yeah. 7 working. 1 working as 8. Okay. Means it's not 24. It's going to be 8 because we have 7. Okay, that's done, Ichiro. Yay. You got it, Ichiro?
Yes.
Okay, now it's your turn. You can share your screen, Ichiro. You can share your screen, Ichiro. Okay, here we go. Number 9. Exactly, lesson 9. Mark the correct statements about pages. A static page responds to no. A dynamic page responds yes. Static doesn't, yes. A dynamic, no. Oh, that's great. Nice, Ichiro. Completely nice. Ichiro nih bos. Senggol. No, Ichiro. Come on, number 2. About variables. Can store both? Exactly. It's possible to have shape profile. Yes. To grab variable. Yes. Variable is the yes. It's possible several profile with the same value. Oh, the second one it's not right, Ichiro. The last one it is. Oh, nice, Ichiro. That's very nice. I'm gonna give you something. Ta-da! Okay, choose the right options for using variables, Ichiro. First, not right. Second, not right, Ichiro. Because you know why? Yeah, because you cannot combine number and string, right? And then the fourth one, that's uh not right. The part, that's right. And then yeah, the sixth, that's also right, Ichiro. Hmm. How about the second one, Ichiro? But that's not right. Okay, let's checklist that, Ichiro. Oh my God, that's supposed to be not right. Next, Ichiro. What value will be stored in the result variable after the program is finished? X plus Y will be 60 5 6 no 60 56. And when you combine string and variable, you will have an error. I mean, when you combine an integer or a number and string, you will have an error here. You can't do that. Do you understand it, Chiro? What? Except we use an unary variable. I don't know the the terms. I mean, like how to call it. Unary plus. Well, it works, which means it's gonna be 5, 6, and 5, Ichiro. Hmm. Okay. Now you need to fix the error, Ichiro. What's going on for the first line? There is no exactly, and then semicolon. Don't forget, Ichiro. And then the second one. What did you miss there? The word let. Exactly, Ichiro. Exactly. And then what should you display, Ichiro? Depend on the statement, on the description, right? You can see the description. The hint? What? You don't have to display. Oh, X and Y, Chiro. Yeah, you can say X comma Y then. Oh, sum. X plus Y, Chiro. The sum of them. There we go. Hit the green button. Tada. Nice, Ichiro. Number 6. Uh-huh. Oh, when you wanna create a pop-up messages, you can use alert, Ichiro. Just try to say alert, parenthesis message. Let's create the second line, Ichiro. No, no, no. You have to alert, parenthesis, the variable's name. Don't forget to add semicolon, Ichiro. First line also. In the first line. Okay, hit the green button. Okay, nice, Ichiro. Okay, this one. Let's create variable first, Ichiro. Okay, the variable's name is whatever, but the value is 103, Ichiro. You have to use what keyword, Ichiro? Let keyword. What's the name? It depends on you. Up to you, Ichiro. No, no dollar sign, Ichiro. I think we can straight calculate that by doing 103 times 2, Ichiro, because it comes from two websites. Times 2. 103 times 2. Okay, now let's create the second variables for the mobile application. I don't know. I'm gonna pass answer, I guess. Oh, app earn. You can say app earn. The first one is web earn. The second one is app earn. No, I mean, yeah, let also, let app application underscore earn is 422. It's my column. And then you have to summarize the material using console.log. Don't forget the column. Call the variable's name, Ichiro. You can use comma. You can use comma, not plus sign. Comma and variable's name? No, without say let again. Only call the variable's name. Okay, now you can hit run. Nice, Ichiro. I think Ichiro needs to add colon after the word earned. Exactly. Ta-da! Yay! Next, Ichiro. How? I want to see your way, Ichiro. Come on. First, you need to create three variables here. The name is, you can say, working or days. The second is hours. The third is minute. Come on, Ichiro. I believe you can do that. Nice, Ichiro. Oh yeah, Ichiro. Don't you want to join a competition? It has seven. Oh yeah, it depends. Okay. Come on, Ichiro. The hours. It's not. I think that's the working hours, Ichiro. So if you have one working hour is equal to 8 hours, what if you have 7 working days, Ichiro? I mean, one working day is 8 hours. If you have 7 working days, it's gonna be 7 times 8, right? 7 times 8. Yeah, exactly. That's for the day, Ichiro. That's for the day. So I think you need to change the name with let day is equal to 7 times 8, and then let minute is let hours is 4 times. Yeah, it's 4. It's 4 hour times. You wanna make it into a minute? No, that's only work for the day, Ichiro. Now you need to change the hours into minute by doing times 60. And then the day, if you wanna straight, I mean, if you wanna direct change it into minute, you have to multiply it by 60 also for the day variable. Let minutes, Ichiro, 31. Okay, I think for the day, Ichiro needs to multiply it by 60, right? Because it's in hour, still in hour unit. No, I mean times 8 times 60, Ichiro, because you need to change it into hour and then minute. That's what I meant. Okay, now you need to, yeah, I think console.log minutes span. You just need to sum all of them. comma, days, hours, and minutes. Wow. Nice, Ichiro. Semicolon, and then run the code. Nice, Ichiro. Woohoo. Okay, 3 questions left. Come on, Ichiro. Hmm. In a break-within project, pre-decide or create a useful program. Reserve is calculator and possible arithmetic operation with two numbers at once. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on console. Let's try to code. Parallel numbers themselves already created. All that remains console program should work as in the picture, but the result of the operation can be explained anywhere. Oh, 18 plus 3 is 21. And then 18 minus 3. Okay. Oh, you just need to say console.log n1 plus n2. And then the second one console.log n1 minus n2. Wow. Are you sure this is the question? It's, I mean, like, it's quite easy. Hmm. Ichiro, can you click the picture? I think, yeah, you need to add multiplication and division also, Ichiro. Yeah, you can copy and paste line 4 and 5 and then change the plus minus sign with time multiplication and division. Copy that. There we go. Change the operation. Yeah. Nice, Ichiro. Okay, Ichiro. I think you need to try it by yourself for this one and let me know if you have a trouble in the next meeting. Okay? You can stop your screen sharing. Now let's take a recap for what did we do today. What do you learn today, Ichiro?
JavaScript.
JavaScript. What is JavaScript? It's a language programming, right, Ichiro?
It's
What does algorithm mean, Ichiro?
rules.
What?
A set of rules.
Set of rules. And then what is language programming?
Of language of communicate with the machine.
Okay, exactly. And then what is a program? Don't worry, Ichiro. Don't be shy. An algorithm that's written with
programming language.
exactly right, Ichiro. Thank you so much. Now, what does variable mean, Ichiro? I will ask you, Ichiro. It's
It used
huh?
to
What?
variable is used to store any data
Nice. And then in JavaScript, what is the keyword for creating variable?
let
Let. And then what else?
console.log
And cons and what? Var. Okay, Chiro? Var. Okay. And then what does console.log do? With your own words. Don't worry, Chiro. What does console.log do, Chiro?
to write the message.
Display something on the terminal. How about alert? What does alert do, Ichiro?
Read a pop-up message.
Exactly, Ichiro. Okay. Is it hard? Today's lesson, Ichiro?
No,
Are you sure? I
yes,
mean, if you can give me a percentage from 1 till 10 or a number, can you tell me which number are you?
7,
I mean, from 1 till 10. 1 is it's quite so much easy, and 10 means that it's kind of hardest. Can you please tell me your number?
6,
6. It means it's it's medium, KZ. Okay, Chiro?
yes,
Okay. As my appreciation, I want to give you a coins, Ichiro. Okay. I do really appreciate what do you do today. So let me give you a coins. So Ichiro, it's quite polite student. I like you, Ichiro. And then Ichiro also stay engaged in the lesson. Thank you so much for that. And then I also like you, yeah, kind of early, 5 minutes early. So you kind of a diligent student. Okay, that's all from my side, Ichiro. Thank you so much for today. And in the next lesson, we're gonna learn about conditional statement in JavaScript. I'll see you in the next meeting, Ichiro. Bye
bye.
bye.